You guys, there is nothing as disheartening as coming up with a brilliant idea, organizing lessons and materials, and filling out the class request to only later receive an email that your class was not only denied, but they now have a list of required revisions. Now, most teachers do get these revisions once or twice when they are trying to get a class approved, but today's story involves getting denied 7 times.
7 times.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Really quick, if you're new here, be sure to click that little red subscription button and the bell down below to receive updates on each and every future video, as well as giving this one a huge thumbs up. Today we're going to talk about how to get your classes approved as quickly as possible on the Outschool platform, because no one has time to be denied 7 times. And that is a real thing. Today's video is brought to you by my Outschool course creation guide, available now on kristensclassroom.com. If you are a new online teacher, particularly an Outschool teacher, or on a platform where you teach your own self-made classes, this guide will help you figure out what classes best suit you and your expertise. Head over to kristensclassroom.com and get your free copy. If I'm being honest, one of the biggest questions I get from the online teaching community after they've already been accepted onto a platform is, what are the best tips, tricks, strategies to get their classes approved? I've read a lot of teachers' frustrations. What are they doing wrong? What are they not including in their descriptions, their titles, their pictures, their pricing, the class types? So today, that's what I want to talk to you guys about. If there's something you think I missed, please let me know down below in the comment section. So without any further ado, here are my tips on how to get your Outschool classes approved as quickly as possible. Number 1 is to be specific in what type of class you're submitting for. Is it a class that's only gonna meet one time? Is it subscription-based where it meets once or twice every week? Or is it a flex class where you're never actually meeting the students live on camera? Now, you will see me looking down at my notes because every time I got hit with a required revision, I wrote down what they asked me to include. For example, if it was a one-time class, Outschool wanted me to state in the description somewhere, in this one-time class, and then the description. For example, in this one-time class, we will be learning or discussing or talking about whatever it is, but putting in this one-time class confirms to the students and the parents what kind of classes they are looking into. Also, side note, if you are making flex classes, I do recommend putting somewhere in the description, this is a flex class. We will not have any live meetings conducted for the duration of this course. Some parents may be new to Outschool, they don't know exactly what flex means. It always makes me laugh whenever I get a parent request for a flex class to start at 10 p.m. on a Saturday. I mean, I could do that, of course, but again, there are no live meetings. So just so we're all on the same level playing field, be specific as to what kind of class you are requesting so that not only Outschool knows, but your students and or parents also know. And if it's flex, just remind them, hey, this is a flex version, there are no live meetings. If you also have a class, like let's say you have Math 101, that's a weekly subscription in person, but you also have it in flex, cross-promote those. So in your flex, you can say, you know, this is a flex class, we have no live meetings in person. If you would prefer a live meeting in person, here is the link to my weekly ongoing version of this math class. And then in the live ongoing promo, you know, if you don't have time to fit into your schedule but still want to take this class with me, I do have a flex version. That cross promotion is very helpful, especially during this time of the year when students are still getting into a new schedule, a new routine, going back to school, if that is what they are doing. Even if they're not, if they're being homeschooled, I guess either way you look at it, students' schedules have obviously been changing in the months of August, September, and October, so just be specific. Tip number 2, give as much detail in the description as possible. Items to consider from Outschool. Been graced by the ultimate accessory for fall, a black cat. Oh, and she's bitey. Cool. Anyway, items to consider: the words class discussion, teacher/student interaction, and outside of class assignments and expectations. Put as much detail. If you do want your students to do something before class, have a book or an item or a printout, whatever it is, put it in the description. There is actually a specific box when you're requesting that is a place for you to leave your expectations, things you want the students to have before the class starts. So make sure your description is specific. If you are going to have discussions on a certain day, assignments be due on a certain day, this is essentially your syllabus. And Outschool has been very particular, at least in my experience. The class that was denied 7 times was a live in-person class. It was not flex, but it met multiple times per week, and Outschool was very specific. So if we do something on meeting 1, I want to know what it is. Do we have discussions on meeting 2, or what's due on meeting 3? They were very much outline it. They want black and white. On this day we're doing this, on this day we're doing this. There is never enough detail. Put as much in that description box as possible. Tip 3 is to be clear on your revisions when you resubmit. So how this works, you obviously click on request a new class, fill in all the information, and you say submit for review. And they will write you back and they'll say, you know, we denied this. Here are here are required revisions. You go in and make those revisions, and when you click resubmit for approval, a little box will pop up and it's gonna ask you, Kristen, what did you change? If they ask you to change something specific in there, type it in that box so they know what to look for. If you leave it blank, they have no idea what changes you made. And if you get a revision request in the middle of the night and you get back to it 12 hours later, chances are it may be a fresh set of eyes looking at your revision. They may not even know what Outschool asked in the first place. So when you get that box, fill it in. If they said, let's pull up what one of my 7 was. Class description needs to be clear on how discussions, challenges, sharing, and interactions take place in your class on each meeting day, each and every week. So if they asked me, be clear on what days we have discussions, I would go into the description box and I would say, for example, Wednesdays in this class, we will have discussions on previously learned and taught material. And then when I go to resubmit it and that box pops up, they would say, well, what have you changed in this revision? I disclosed when discussions will be happening during the course of this class, resubmit. They just want to know what changes you've made. And again, I'm not kidding you, when you may have a fresh set of eyes looking at that revision. I've had it happen before. I once had somebody on Outschool tell me they wanted more discussion, so I added more discussion, resubmitted, and 12 hours later I got, that's too much discussion, you need more of other things. So let them know when you resubmit in that box exactly what you changed when you are trying to get a class approved. Hopefully with these tips, you won't have to do a revision, but every once in a while it does happen. And now that more teachers are on the platform and there are more students and parents there, they are being more particular about what things they want in their classes. P.S. If you've ever had a class denied or you have ever been asked to make a revision on a request, let me know what it was down below. Was it a one-time class? Was it ongoing? Was it flex? Was it even on Outschool? Were you teaching on another platform? Does KidPass do it like this? I have no idea, though I probably will know very, very soon. We'll discuss that in a future video. But either way, let them know in that box what changes you made when you click that resubmit button. And my next tip is to be consistent. If you wake up at 8 a.m. and you see that there is a revision in your inbox, if you have the time, go in, make the revision, and resubmit. They wanted something in the class, send it back. They send something back again, fix it, send it back. Do not give up on this. If you think that this class that you want to teach and you're taking the time to submit would be good for students on that platform, do not give up. If I'm being really honest, one of my other classes, I don't think it took 7 revisions, but it was up there like 3 or 4. It ended up being one of my most popular and most successful classes that helped me meet new learners. It was a funnel course that helped get students into my ongoing classes. It was just a simple one-time class, but it just seemed like I couldn't get it right, and people were telling me one thing from the office and another. It was that class that told me too much discussion, then not enough, then too much, but I was consistent. I wrote back. Honestly, the one time it worked for me and I got it through was a day that I waited 24 hours just because I was busy that day, and maybe it got seen by another person in the office and they said, oh, that's cool. Submit, accepted. That I cannot confirm or deny, but point of this, do not give up. and get back to them as soon as possible if your schedule allows. You guys, I cannot tell you the number of people that write me in my email, on my website, and on Instagram, and they just say to me, Kristen, I can't get a class approved. And I say, oh, have you resubmitted? And they'll say, no, I just went and clicked request a brand new class. You do not have to do that. Just go in, make the changes. Sometimes it's a simple tweak. Sometimes it's just they want to know when the discussion will happen. They want to know if assessments will be due. They just want to know specifics in the class. So rather than go submit a whole new class, which is going to just make a whole flooded mess in your classes tab, just go in and make those revisions. And again, do not give up. But you guys, that is it. Those are my top tips to help you get your classes approved on the Outschool platform. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Again, if you did have to send in revisions and what classes were they for and how did they turn out, let me know down below. And if you do teach on other self-made platforms, again, like KidPass, let me know, how do their requests go for classes? Is it like a pass fill where you have to resubmit? I have seen that on a few other platforms, but not on the Outschool page. You guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to head to my brand new website to grab that guide. I will be having future free webinars to help out online teachers, so make sure you are on that mailing list as well so you get notified. Other than that, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! And if you made it to the end of this video, do go check out the Prepared Planner. It is my brand new online teacher time management guide. It is what I use to keep my days, weeks, and months completely scheduled and organized. So whether you are teaching on one platform or multiple, or you just want to make sure that you move your body and drink water, check out the Prepared Planner. Use promo code Classroom20 to get 20% off. All information is down below at kristensclassroom.com.